There were 4 women who went from Vancouver. We were part of the Canadian peace team. We went in solidarity with the people of Iraq to bring back the stories of the average Iraqi people. Everyone was saying that the bombing is going to start in 10 days. And we knew that we were going to be there in 2 to 3 weeks. So we weren't quite sure what we were going into. But we decided we were going to go anyway, because we wanted to bring back the stories. And if the bombings started, we would try and bring back those stories too.
When we were driving in and I saw the beautiful green fields and the date trees around the Euphrates, it made me rekindled my anger that the US have strong intentions of bombing Iraq again, and just what this means to the people. You see them out there tending their sheep, doing no harm to anybody, but soon, in all probability, they will have these terrible planes coming over to destroy their land.
Thought of another war coming, just when people are just trying to recover, and they've already lived through that for like 12 years, and trying to recover, and now again the threat is again upon them.
That's where they're saying that if war happens now, and they just say in the bombing, then thousands of people will die. But if they bomb the water purification plants again, the ones that are functioning and have been repaired, then it'll be hundreds of thousands of people. Like, just the numbers will just be phenomenal of people who will die and be affected by that.
I think too, like the oil for food program, a lot of people are depending on that, and if the war breaks out again, it'll be totally crippled.
As members of the Canadian peace team, we joined with an American peace team, and we visited farmers, artists, schools and hospitals. We were based in Baghdad, but from there we traveled to Mosul in the north and Basra in the south. During our trip to Basra, we went looking for a young girl called Isra. She was bombed in 1999 in the no-fly zone. She lives just south of Basra. Then we reach her school, and all around you see where the sewage is sort of like from the broken pipes. And it had rain, so it was sort of seeping up through, and the smell was bad, and there's garbage everywhere because the government doesn't have the money to pay for their civil servants now. Like, garbage collectors are civil servants. We went into her home.
Come on in.
And in her home, she had no furniture except a television, because they had sold the furniture for more essential things. And so we sat on the carpet and we spoke to Isra, who had lost her right arm in the bombing, and she had shrapnel in her head and in her abdomen. She still has some shrapnel in her brain. The doctors decided it's too dangerous to remove. And then one of the questions, which I thought was rather inane, was, what's your favorite food? And she said, food is not important. We eat what we can get. But what I really would like is an artificial arm. This, to me, shows how this one bombing incident, which is banditry really, because there's no legality to what they're doing. What they had bombed that particular day was the place where her father worked, which was a fertilizer factory. So her father was then out of a job, so he's on the streets of Basra selling cigarettes. The whole family has suffered because of it. They've sold furniture, and also because of the sanctions. Isra is not getting the help that she needs, which she would have done before the sanctions. She would have got the medical care, she would have got a prosthesis. So how this one incident has so many repercussions, and Isra is just one of hundreds, if not thousands of children, especially around the southern area.
The 1991 Gulf War bombing campaign against Iraq violated all international conventions. It systematically targeted bridges, roads, food warehouses, irrigation systems, water treatment plants, the electric production and distribution system, refineries, and pipelines. As if that weren't enough, the sanctions regime imposed against Iraq is the most severe in the history of the United Nations. It has systematically prevented the country from rebuilding its destroyed infrastructures and from repairing even the normal damages caused by gradual wearing out. The result is a catastrophic humanitarian situation which still does not improve.
A lot of the kids, as you can see, just the surrounding area, a lot of the kids are running around just in bare feet. Look at the water, they would get so many diseases. And if you notice the water in the puddles, it's all orange and green. And they're running through it with their bare feet. Can you believe that? Hi!
While the team was visiting a hospital in Basra, they heard bombing raids.
Can't hear the bombing anymore, so I guess they're done for the day. It's very disturbing because you can't see where they're bombing. You can only hear the noise. You can't tell if it's coming your direction or it's far away, or you just can't tell. It's really sickening. We just sat here and a young child died of leukemia, and you hear the mother's blood-curdling screams and her grief. And then minutes later, well, maybe 15 minutes later, then you hear the bombs falling again. It's very disturbing.
It is extremely stressful. The hospital doctors attribute the rise in premature births and their deaths to this kind of stress.
It's more difficult even without bombing every day.
It must be very difficult for you personally.
Yes. We see a lot of death here. Daily, 3-4 babies.